Hi everybody. Oh, I'm live over here. Hello everybody, and I'm live on Facebook. I've got everybody around the craft table. I love this. I've even got an overhead video. Now, welcome everybody. 9 o'clock Monday through Friday. I'm going to start back and get my lives going. Easy DIY projects and tips. And one thing that I'm going to challenge you with a little bit is to take whatever it is I'm doing and expand on it. Go for it. Try to think of other ideas you can do with it. It's fun. Okay, so here's my first one today, and this one's going to be perfect. It almost blends in with my shirt. Okay, there we go. There's a little tassel. How cute is that? Let me show it over here on YouTube, but there it is on Facebook. Cute little tassel made in seconds, literally made in seconds. So I'm going to show you how I made it. And then in comments down below, whether you're watching live or if you're watching on replay, give me a hashtag replay so that I know that you watched. And let me know, what would you do with these? Think of ideas on what would you do with some of these, because they're really cute. Okay, now all you need is an old book. This is an old paperback book. I don't remember the title because I at one point, see, it's got a funny paper cover. I had made this into a shabby book. I covered it with just kind of damp paper and put all kinds of stuff on the end and tied it up with twine along with some other books to kind of get a shabby look. So, but I took some of those books apart, and I'm just pulling out. I'm going to tear out a page in the middle of it. Now, I know some people get upset when you tear up a book. This book has been well read, well used, and to keep it out of the landfill, I would rather, instead of just tossing it away or anything, I would rather kind of get creative with it. Okay, so I've got one page. That's all I have. And I have here some twine. Okay, my twine happens to be in a mason jar, but yours doesn't have to be in a mason jar. You need about, let's say, 12 to 14 inches piece of twine, just regular little twine. And then you also need some scissors. Okay, take this little book page, and this is a small book. This is probably 6 by 4, maybe, something like that. So it's a small book. It's not really big. Of course, the bigger your book, the bigger your tassels will be, and that's fine. And also, if you do go bigger, though, you may want to use some extra, hello, Joanne. You may want to use some extra book pages for it. Now, I'm going to fold it in half so that, and I just started from the top. I fold it in half, then fold it in quarters, just to make it easier. I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to cut. See how I'm cutting strips up that way? To about an inch and a quarter, something like that. You don't want to cut too much. And each one of these is about 1/4 of an inch. Just little fringes there. Now, on my last one, I can either open it up and cut that because there's a fold right there, or I can just kind of cut that a little bit closer, which is what I'm going to do, because they don't have to be the same size. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to open it up. And I have, woohoo, a little Hawaiian skirt. Okay, now, don't know where that came from. Okay, so anyway, hi Tracy, welcome. Okay, now I want you to take one end of that, okay, and from the top of the book page or the bottom, either one, and I'm sitting it down so you can get it started, but just roll it up. Just kind of, and it doesn't have to be really tight or anything like that. Just roll that all up. Just kind of keep it a little bit even, but that's good enough. And then just kind of scrunch it all together, okay? Just pinch it off at the top, just anything. And that kind of makes all these little frays and these little tassels. Okay, now take your little twine. I tend to tie a little. This just makes it easier. When you're trying to tie something around something that's lightweight, like paper, or something that's really small, make a little knot like this first. I've got weird color on today, sorry, and you can hardly see it. See how I made just a little knot like that? Then slide that through there, and then just tie it down. It's so much easier than trying to fight that paper and try to get a knot going on it. And just tighten that up, and then just take and start wrapping it around. Now, I like messy tassels. I just wrap this in any old way, but if you wanted to, you could layer it on, just nice and neat. You could do however it is, but I'm going to kind of just go all over the place. And then once I get an end a little bit, I can take this. Hello, Linda. I can take this. How's everybody doing today? It's Monday morning. And tie that up. And on the second knot, I usually, thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up, guys. Good to see everybody. I go ahead and tie that in a double knot then. Just like that. And I have the cutest little tassel, just like that. I could also use this a little bit longer if I wanted to tie it on to, oh, thanks, guys. Isn't that adorable? It's just so cute and fun. And now, your task. Hi there, missed you. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, guys. We took an RV trip. And wonderful, and I took you guys along, but lives, I have trouble doing lives when we're in the RV, and I've got to get past that because I really do want to do that. I'm always so worried about trying to get the lighting right and stuff, although as I look right now today, we've got some strange lighting in here, and I feel like I'm dark. So my task for you guys now, hello, Jessica, is I look rested. I am rested. Sometimes you just need to do that. It's very, very relaxing. Now, my task for you guys in comments, whether you're watching live or whether you are watching on replay, is I want you to think of ways to use little tassels like this. What would you do with these? Now, think about it, because these are book pages. So, you know, and I'll give you, because I have to. That's what I do. I give out the tips. But wouldn't this be cute if you had a book club and you were doing these? Now, I realize most of our book clubs now are online. But, ooh, sprinkled. Sprinkled. My shirt sprinkled. But how cute it would be if you could, you know, once we open up and we can have friends over for book clubs, or even if you're social distancing and you're doing book clubs out in the driveway, which I have seen that online, believe it or not. I saw some ladies all sitting out in a driveway. That's why it popped in my head. And they were doing, I think they were doing a book club. They may have just been sitting around chatting. But if you're doing something like that, you know, place some of these tassels on each one of their seats. I think that would be really cute. But I want you to run with this. Let me know. Hello, Linda. Oh, I got 2 Lindas here today. Yay. So stop and think about what would you do with little book page tassels. There's a lot of unique ideas. So start typing them in. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. Start typing these in. It's so easy to do. You know, they're super easy, and all it takes is just an old paperback that you finished. And I'm going to stop for a minute and give you my tips on books and getting books for your book projects. One thing you can do is stop in your favorite thrift store and check with them if they sell all the books that they get, because thrift stores, there's so many times where the employees are walking up and there's boxes sitting at the door that people had left for them overnight. So they don't get a chance to really look through and see what they're getting. And so some of the things that they're getting, they can't really sell. You know, some of the thrift stores, they can't sell some of them, and they'll have their own guidelines. Some of them, we have one here in town. And if it's been all scribbled up, if a child's gotten a hold of it and scribbled it, or if there's pages missing or anything like that, especially if there's pages missing, they won't sell them. So they end up throwing them away. Well, you can offer to buy them. And it also benefits whatever charity that the thrift store is promoting or helping out. And it also gives you lots of books that would have landed in the landfill anyway, and just gives us a new way to enjoy them and love them. So that's why I don't mind taking a book and maybe tearing a page out of it and making a little tassel. So think about that the next time you see a book that you think, now I never would tear up a good book. And I've even got some old vintage thrift store books that I maybe bought for 50 cents because they're really only worth 50 cents. But just because of the way they look, I thought I had one out here even. I moved it. But anyway, just because of the way they look, I'm not going to do a book page out of it because I like to display it. It's my display piece, and I love that book, even though I'll never read it. So think about that. You guys, I want to see what did Did I tie dye my shirt? You know what, Linda? I did not. I haven't actually tie dyed since the 70s. Mike actually found this for me somewhere, and he felt that it was artsy, and he knows I'm a little bit artsy. So he found this and bought this for me. And I tell you what, I wish you could just touch it. I mean, it is the softest shirt I own. It is, I don't even know what it's made out of, but I love it because I can do my projects. You never know if I get paint on it. And I do get paint on a lot of shirts. um, so no, yeah, it just came this way, but I do love it. It's one of my favorite ones. A little bit challenging when you're trying to show tassels, though. You can make earrings out of these, huh? Huh. Anyway, okay, I digress. I love that material. Yeah, it's very fun. It's got so many colors. When you go down, it's even got some greens and weird colors all over it. So I really do love it. And it's just super soft and it's really long. So I really like that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I was going to tell you what project I've got going on tomorrow, but I can't think of what it is. So tune in tomorrow and we'll both learn what I'm going to do tomorrow. Thank you guys. Appreciate each one of you. If you get a chance, pop over or definitely let me know. Hi, Debbie. And Jenny, welcome. Definitely rewatch if you missed any of this and let me know your ideas for using a tassel and really just start really thinking outside the box. What would you do with these types of tassels? Thanks, everybody. See you soon. See you tomorrow at the same time. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody.